I don't want to leave Southeast Asia, but if I have to choose, go back to the US or stay local, maybe even dip into South Asia. Here's my split screen. Left side US, right side Asia. Rent. In the US, a decent one-bedroom in a mid-tier city can hit $1,800–$2,500 a month. In Southeast Asia, think $400–$900 for a modern apartment in Chiang Mai. Da Nang, Bali, Penang. In South Asia, $250–$600 and still live well. Sri Lanka, Nepal, parts of India, food, US groceries and eating out, $400–$800 monthly if I cook and keep it simple. SE Asia, $200–$400, street food and cafes. South Asia often dips to $150–$300 with amazing local plates. Healthcare. US insurance can be $300–$600 a month. In Asia, clinic visits are often $20–$60 out of pocket. Add $40–$120 for traveler or expat coverage. Internet and cafes. The US is reliable. Vietnam is super fast and cheap. Thailand is super fast and cheap. Indonesia varies by neighborhood. India's cities are fast. Mountains and beaches can be spotty. Visas. The US is home, no visa. SE Asia. 30–90 days common, some easy extensions. South Asia. E-visas exist, but rules vary. Always check before booking. Flights. One way back to the US can be $800–$1,200. Hopping around Asia, $40–$150 if I pack light and plan. So what do I optimize for? Budget. South Asia wins. SE Asia close second. Work hours with US clients. US wins. SE Asia is late nights. South Asia slightly closer. Community and comfort. Thailand feels effortless. Vietnam feels effortless. India is thrilling, a bit more intense. Sri Lanka is thrilling, a bit more intense. My pick if I stay Da Nang for balance. On a tighter budget and want culture shock, in a good way, try Sri Lanka's south coast, Goa. If I need US time zones and family fly home, stack cash, plan a return. Bottom line, choose the triangle, budget, time zone, community. Circle the two that matter most, and the destination picks itself.